Make sure you stand till the end. There is one thing that most people never replace on Fiat 500 that can lead to multiple oil leaks and even destroying your engine. Hey guys, welcome back to World Mechanics. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. Today will be super helpful video to any of you having a Fiat 500. And if you guys have an oil leak, we'll explain common places where you can develop oil leak on Fiat 500. That should be helpful on multiple engines and should cover the generation from year 2008 to current year 2022. We'll demonstrate on a turbo engine. You can develop a couple more oil leaks on turbo engine, but even if you have a non-turbo, it will work as well. Before we start, let me tell you a little bit about us. Every single car we get here at the garage, we try to make at least 200 to 300 free repair videos. Why we guys do that? Because our mission in the shop is to save you as much money as we can. All we need guys in return, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, that way we can keep making these free videos. And if you guys need to buy any parts, tools for a good price and quick shipping, check out the link in the description of the video below. That's where we get all our tool supplies from, and you can guys save a ton of money. So with that being said, let's explain what we have specifically here. This is a Fiat 500 Abarth that we'll be explaining on. Now, multiple places where you can develop oil leaks, guys. We're going to start with some of the most common ones, and we'll explain a top reason why you develop oil leaks. Okay, something that most people never replace, but it's a component that costs only a few dollars, and if you don't replace it, you will develop multiple oil leaks and you can destroy your engine, and you may even think that you have a bad engine. So we'll talk about that in just a second, but common places where you can develop an oil leak. Usually you will have an oil separator. Oil separator attaches to the valve cover, guys, so the oil practically it gets the blow-by gas that you have in the engine mixed with oil vapors. It will come through here, it will separate the clean air, will go to the intake manifold, the oil will leak back in the practically in the engine. And if you look right here, there is one gasket that can easily fail, that can cause quite a bit of oil leaks. Okay, you can see. And another thing will be leaking valve cover gasket. Ours developed a leaking valve cover gasket on the back side right here. The valve cover where it attaches to the cylinder head, you have a gasket where you can develop oil leaks. Another thing, part of the gasket, you will have around each spark plug, you have gasket as well, valve cover gasket, which will, if it fails, you may start accumulating oil leaks here as well. Now, what about other places? If you have a turbo engine, guys, it's possible if it comes from the turbo area that you have an oil leak from a loose line or a washer that's not holding good, so you might need to replace it or tighten it. That could happen as well. But if you come underneath, common places where you can develop oil leak, and we did, is an oil pan where it attaches to the engine block. And most of those, they do not have gaskets, it's just silicone. If you have the aluminum pan, most of the times it's just silicone. We have a special silicone that we use that's very affordable. I'll put the link in the description of the video below where you can buy it from. And another thing, if it comes between the transmission and the engine, that's a rear main crankshaft seal. Right here, if it starts dripping between the two parts practically, that's a bad crankshaft seal. And you have one more front crankshaft seal, but it will be right here behind the crankshaft pulley, guys. Okay, right there. If you start developing a leak there, okay, it's from a front crankshaft seal. We will be having video how to replace one as well. Now here on the bottom side we have an oil cooler. What is an oil cooler? Practically coolant goes through it, and then the coolant keeps cooling the engine oil so it doesn't overheat. On top we have the oil filter. Make sure the oil filter seal is not leaking. That's quite common as well. But the oil cooler here, okay, can easily develop leaks as well, due to the fact that you have multiple gaskets, and you can actually even mix coolant and oil in some cases because of that failing cooler. So those are some of the most common oil leaks on Fiat 500. Now, something that can easily lead to multiple oil leaks, we have that oil separator and PCV valve. If that system is not working correctly, you will start building internal pressure in the engine. When you start building internal pressure, sooner or later oil seals and gaskets will start failing. So if you develop quite a few seals all at a sudden that started leaking, it's very likely you have a bad oil separator or bad PCV valve. That PCV valve is only a few dollars, guys, and it's supposed to be replaced every so many thousand miles. I think it's between 40 and 60. I usually replace it every 50,000 miles just for a peace of mind, and that way the engine can run correctly as well, because otherwise if it has a back pressure it can lead to multiple problems. It can lead to increased oil consumption, failed catalytic converters from there, multiple things can go bad. Hopefully the video will be helpful. Thank you for watching and see you guys next time.